My team may join in with their own statement in case I forget some of them. Now, you remember there were a few things that the prosecution have said in this case. There are two things that are quite important. One is they said Datuk Sri Najib has planned to take this 42 million from the start, which means in 2011, he planned this 3 years ahead of time to receive 42 million. Yeah, 3 years later. And how much does 42 million constitute? What is the percentage? It's less than 1%. Okay? Even if you sell a house, you sell properties, you sell land, or you do a brokerage of commercial deals, minimum you take is about 3 to 5%. Right? And why 42? Because it is not exactly 1%. It's less than that. It's 0 point something percent. Why that amount? Why does he say he wants 42 million? So the prosecution cannot answer this. Okay? But we have raised this. Okay? And the fact that it is 3 years later, who accept bribes 3 years later? Nobody does that. Yeah? If I want a bribe, I want a bribe now. Especially when I am the approving authority, I want the bribe now. Why should I wait for three years later? It doesn't make sense. That's number one. Number two, they say when Datuk Sri Najib was informed by Ang Sulin and another person, he was shocked. In fact, he was visibly shocked that some of this money was alleged to be coming from SRC. The prosecution said that was a drama. But the witnesses never said that was a drama. Ang Sulin said he was genuinely shocked. So where did the prosecution get this idea that it was a drama? You see, because the prosecution were not there. The witness was there. And the witness said he was genuinely shocked. Right? So these two, I want to say from the start. Now, as to what happened the last 2 days, we have stressed that the predicate offences, 3 in the 409, criminal breach of trust, and 1 single charge under section 23, cannot be proven by the prosecution. In fact, defence cannot be called. So we have said, if that is the situation, you cannot call for the defense even of AMLA, because AMLA only is triggered if the predicate offences are proven. That's the nature of AMLA. AMLA is proceeds of an illegal activity. Okay? If the illegal activity drops in the 4 charges, AMLA drops by itself. That's number one. But number two, the judge himself has realized this particular point. He said, can 409, which is CBT, and section 23 happens at the same time as the AMLA offense? He raised that because that is troubling him. Because, you know, this judge is pretty smart. He reads it and he knows. And the cases also say that AMLA is a post-predicate offense. That means after predicate offense, only then AMLA can happen. Because otherwise, how do you say it is proceeds of an illegal activity? The illegal activity must be the predicate offense. Then from there, the commission of that offense, you get the money, which is the proceeds. That is AMLA. If it is in one go, let's say someone receive a bribe from Mr. A, I receive a bribe from Mr. A, it is only bribery offense. Can be serious, but it's only bribery. It cannot translate into at the same time to be an AMLA offense. Because if I take the money and then I go to a money changer, perhaps that becomes an AMLA because there is another transaction with the money changer. You understand? Now, the other point I want to stress is Shafiee has prepared a very detailed document which I used just now. We submitted it to the court. There are more than 42 instances, points, that show that Datuk Sri Najib could not have the knowledge and could not have the guilty knowledge in literally accepting money that he thought to be donation when he should have known it is in fact from SRC. Okay, this is what they allege. They allege that he knew this was SRC money. We're saying, no, as far as he was concerned, he was led into thinking that it was all donation money. And we have laid evidence to show you that more than 700 million came in as donation money, more than that. Okay? And subsequently there was some more that came in. So when the prosecution said there was a gap, that when the 42 million came in, there was actually completely empty in his account, that's not true. Okay? We have shown that, we have proven that. And all the 42 instances, like for instance, sending back the money. Who takes money and send it back? It doesn't constitute a guilty money. And then when you open all your accounts, all the 4 accounts, the first one and then the second 3 accounts, you inform Bank Negara. You inform nothing less than the Bank Negara governor, because the head of M-Bank actually went to see Tan Sri Zeti and informed him that this is what the Prime Minister wanted to do. So if you want to do dirty dealing, 42 million you want to accept, 42 million you can take it in cash. It is not such a big amount. And if it is converted into perhaps say Singapore dollar, you can literally put it in one bag. Why do you want to put it in an account and expose yourself? You see, there are a lot of circumstances. There are more than 42 instances. Alright? Okay, I want to give you that, apart from the technical argument that a lot of what they quoted are merely hearsay. Hearsay means they are not admissible. You cannot consider that for the prosecution case at all. Alright? Okay, as a starter, I want to say that. I think Harvey want to say something else.
There's a lot of issues in this case that ultimately the court will have to consider. And they are serious issues, they're very serious issues. Part of it is how the fire was fueled. The fire was fueled because everybody was told that there is, I think the word that were used was first of many kleptocracy cases, a phrase coined specifically for this. Now, that's one issue. But then the other issues that they'll have to face is ultimately one of the witnesses that the prosecution relied on to suggest that money from SRC was moved through some form of act or involvement at Sri Najib. Even before he came to court, said, actually I don't know anything about the financial transactions. But then after Sri Najib was charged, another statement was taken from him by the IBCC. This time he said, no, actually I signed all the documents. I signed all the documents because somebody told me this. So even at that stage, on the day he already came and testified here, he had already changed his statement twice. So that's something very serious for the judge to consider. And, nobody's saying one way or the other, but it's serious. Throughout these 60 days, a lot has been said about the conduct of Dr. Sri Najib. But we've also quite a part of that forgotten the fact that in this case, the prosecution actually don't have any qualm that there was Arab donations. Their point was that Arab donations had finished sometime mid-2014, so anything after mid-2014 is questionable. Now that's interesting, because if you accept that before 2014 there was Arab donations, then everything that was said to you was true. And well, at that stage, 2015, 2016, the point in time it started becoming untrue was when political fire was raised. So where lies the truth is not just is something for the judge to consider, but also for all of you. Where lies the truth? Because it's not as clear as it was all made to sound.
Right? Any question?
Section 4 that you mentioned that offer absolute immunity or complete immunity.
That is provided within the section. The section says The whole of 23 does not apply to a public official who in his representative capacity, in one official capacity, he represents another government entity, which is SRC, because SRC is, by definition of the Act, is another government entity because it's a fully owned company of the government. So if he is in that representative capacity, the Prime Minister, Minister of Finance, and Emeritus Advisor, in all capacities, he represents SRC in his capacity as Minister of Finance, Prime Minister, and Emeritus Advisor. Section 23(4) said, in such an instance, the whole of Section 23 is immune from him. Very clear, it says that. It doesn't matter what happens in the factual scenario. If his position is in that capacity, 23 doesn't apply. Anything else? I want to tell you also, this question about why Datuk Sri Najib never lodged a police report. Now it's very important because you must remember, he came to know almost about the same time when the rest of the members of the public came to know. Sarawak report and all that. By which time, investigation has already undertaken. You remember, in this case, 2015, M-Bank was raided. So, Datuk Sri Najib knew that investigation has been undertaken. So why you want to lodge a report? For what? To lodge a report is to undertake investigation. But he does not want to fall into a trap. Like how or what happened to Datuk Sri Anwar Ibrahim. Datuk Sri Anwar Ibrahim lodged a police report about Umi Hafilda, and then investigation was undertaken and he was charged for interfering with investigation. So Datuk Sri Najib did the right thing. Don't lodge a police report because report is already there, investigation is ongoing. Don't interfere. Let the police investigate. Second, I want to tell you is this. You remember they say, why did Datuk Sri Najib not allow the MOF number 2 go to Switzerland? He did not say you do not go. He never said that. He just said, I think hold on or something like that. No need. He said no need because there's already a team that has gone to Switzerland. You remember Tan Sri Ismi said he brought some members of the board and they actually confirmed the money is there. Alright? Now, the same question you want to ask. The current government has been in government more than 1 year. How come they never brought it back? Now the exchange rate is so good. If you bring it back, you actually solve the current problem. Bring it back. Now it is 1 to 4. That time it was 1:3. So you get, 25% more worth of your money if you bring it back now. The current government never brought it back. So are they also having some agenda? Okay?
There were due process. By the way, the 3 letters showing the donation.
Four letters.
4 letters. For this SRC trial, was it submitted as
Yes.
It was as well.
Not just submitted. The investigating officer of the MACC, who I also want to say, testified that he had carried on his investigations uninterrupted since 2015. Let's put that out there, uninterrupted, because that's not what was said to the press sometime. He said that those letters were given to him, were reported to Bank Gagal. No less, he also confirmed that the then governor of the bank also knew about it. And these letters contain indication of substantial donations. So it's not something that was suddenly come about in 2015 when matters hit the press. It was within the knowledge of the central bank from day one, and everyone in the bank at least knew about it, everyone in central bank knew about it.
But it wasn't helped by the prosecution that explained.
Well, you see,
Not in this case. Not in this case, they never said that. In fact, the IO said, I investigated, I saw the document, I confirmed the document.
well, confirmed in the sense that it does exist. What the IO did say was there were investigations to go and ascertain whether or not these documents did genuinely come from the Saudi side. There were investigations, but those investigations were inconclusive. That means nobody said it's mine, nobody said it's not mine. Food for thought, again. Maybe one more thing that you all also need to consider, because a lot of them said, and you know, I don't want to name names, some of the members of the press have come up to me and really said that, you know, throughout these 60 days that we've been here, they can't actually report what really happens in court because their editors don't allow things that are favorable to the defendant. Flabbergasted me because we all are under obligation to report free and fairly. And that's the same thing that was happening pre the last election, just in a different way, in case all of you all don't know. But the point being, ask yourselves this, the simple explanation and the hard explanation. Who actually was in control? Because if we take it at its highest, the person who is in control is the guy who's run away. Now, that's the simple answer.
Any question? Any other question?
One of the points that was raised during the submissions even was the admission of receiving the 42 million in the civil suit.
Okay, that one is best explained by Harvey because he dealt with it. Yeah? Then I will add something.
Thank you for asking that question, because I didn't want to. Now, let's understand this document. In 2015, after the Sarawak report published the fact that 42 million coming from SRC ended up in accounts registered in the name of Dr. Sri Najib. And they published this before anybody else knew. Where they got it from, we don't know. In fact, the Bank Negara witnesses, if I remember correctly, they admitted that, look, there would have been some leakage in the bank. This is banking information. I mean, as scandalous as it sounds, somebody in the bank actually let go very, very secret information about moving into account. No, that is it. So that's what July 2015. Sometime later, Tun Ling issues a statement in a function, sort of suggesting that dia angkat orang punya duit, dia angkat orang punya duit. I paraphrase. And so that Dr. Sri Najib, realizing that, look, that's quite defamatory, issues a suit, civil suit for defamation. And he says, look, what you're basically saying is I appropriated public funds. Because he said, dia angkat orang punya duit. Now, the long and short of it is this. In 2015 then, there was affidavits filed by both sides where Tun Ling said, look, the basis of my information is the Sarawak report. And Dr. Sri Najib then says, look, I don't deny the financial transactions, I've come to find out about it later. But I didn't know about it. I didn't know it went through two accounts. Maybe the wordings were not as precise as it could be. I mean, English is a funny language in that sense. But it's not to say that that affidavit, doesn't contain holistically the position. And the position is, I'm not making a statement to the public because I don't want to effect investigations that have already been undertaken, or being undertaken, I'm so sorry. And we're not talking about small investigations. This was the MACC, the Attorney General's Chambers, the Central Bank, and the Royal Malaysian Police. That's everyone who's anyone already investigating into these accounts. And he says in this affidavit, I am not making a statement to the press because I don't want to effect this investigation. Now, I also was there at that time, and I asked the question, why is the Prime Minister not making a statement? I didn't know. We thought his silence was something to hold against him. But now you come to realize it wasn't. And then it makes sense, because if he had made a police report, then they would have said, oh, the Prime Minister is pressuring the police. You know?
Okay?
So what do you expect on November 11? Your best case is get acquitted.
They get acquitted without defense being called.